Okay, so I got this question from College Board's question bank, so you can actually go over to this link and then filter out questions that you'd like to work on. This is really a great resource and free at that for those still working on their SAT prep. So let's go ahead and try to work on this problem. This is an interesting problem because I wanted to show two ways to solve this. Number one, of course, algebraically. How do we solve systems of equations like this using what we know? And also, let me show you how to quickly solve this using Desmos, which will be available during the exam. So let's start with algebraically. The reason why I'm still showing options like this is because I also wanted to make sure your basic knowledge of algebra, problem solving, equations are covered. So even without Desmos, if there's a technical difficulty, then you know what to do, and that's very important, right? So let's go ahead and work on this. Okay, as you can see, both sides have y on the left-hand side. So meaning these two expressions, they should be the same, right? So let's go ahead and equate the two of them. So that's x plus 1 equal to x squared plus x. Okay, and from here, we can actually simplify this equation. There's an x here and an x on the other side. So that cancels out, right? So we're left with this equation if you simplify it. Let me just change this back to pink. So you have 0 on one side, and then that's x squared minus 1. Remember, this is the difference of two squares. So if you need a refresher on that, the difference of two squares tells us that a squared minus b squared is just equal to the product of their sum and their difference, or vice versa. So meaning we can rewrite x squared minus 1 that way, and we actually have x minus 1 and x plus 1. You can actually also isolate one on the other side and then just take the square root. That's another method. Either or, you should end up with x is equal to 1 or x is equal to -1. Okay, so let me just show you another method here. X squared minus 1 is equal to 0. Isolate x squared here and 1, and then just take the square root of both sides, and it should give you the values of x, right? X is equal to plus minus 1. Don't forget the plus minus roots. And of course, we have this. 8. Okay, now let's go ahead and switch over to Desmos. I will be switching my tab now, and I'll show you how to quickly solve this problem using the Desmos available on the DSAP. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in that was y equals to x plus 1, and the other equation is x squared plus x. Okay, remember when we say a solution to systems of equation, it tells us we're looking for the values of x and y where it is true for both equations. So graphically, we are looking at the intersecting points, right? So our options here would be 1, 2. That's a valid values. So x is 1 when y is 2. And then another option here is x is equal to -1 and y is equal to 0. That's it. It's that easy when you use Desmos when solving systems of equation. And as you can see, -1 is part of the equation. We can also check our answer here. And correct answer is 8. So I hope that helps you solving equations algebraically and also utilizing what is already available during the test, which is Desmos. I highly recommend practicing using Desmos as well, and at the same time mastering your basics. And I hope this helps. If you want me to solve a question via video, feel free to comment on this post, and then I'll be happy to create one for you. I hope this one helps anyone who is still preparing for the upcoming SAT. I wish everyone the best of luck. Bye-bye.